Thank you for joining Stamp It Up with Kathy Goodman. Today we are making a card from my heart to yours. The card base is Calypso Coral, and we're also using the sweet little Valentine card packet that's in the catalog, the mini catalog from January through June 2021. And this is a really cool set. We took one of the cards and just cut the card base in half, so we're just using the stripe portion. I have put together a list of supplies for this card. We're using the stamp set Heartfelt. It is in the annual catalog. And let me just give you a minute for those of you that want to do a screenshot to have all the supplies you'll need, as well as the cuts for the cardstock. Okay, let's get started. We're going to bring in our supplies. We have the Calypso Coral card base that is cut at 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, and we'll use our bone folder to get a crisp edge on that. We've also cut a piece of Whisper White that we embossed with the Subtles embossing folder, and we're going to use liquid glue to put that on the front of our card. You could use snail adhesive, or whatever your favorite glue is for crafting. If you use liquid glue, you want to make sure that you don't put an excess amount, because that can make your card warp. Okay, and then we're just putting this on our card front, trying to get it centered as the best we can. And then looks like I'm not doing a very good job. Let's try this again. There we go, that's better. And then once you've got it where you want it, you make sure you burnish it all the way around to make sure it's laying flat. Next, we're going to add our card base from the Sweet Little Valentine Cards and More set. And we're just going to put liquid glue on that as well. There we go. Okay, now that is glued down. I have taken and die cut this heart from our Floral Hearts die set in the mini catalog. And we're just going to put a little bit of liquid glue in strategic places on the back. You don't want to go overboard, but put a little dot of glue on all of the outlying pieces so it doesn't curl up on your card or get torn. Okay, so now we're going to take that and we're going to place that in the middle of our card base and just gently push it down. There we go, we've got that all done now. We're going to set this aside while we work on our stamping. We're using, I used a die cut from our Tasteful Labels dies to cut out the circle for the sentiment. We're using Calypso Coral ink and the stamp from my heart to yours from the Heartfelt stamp set. So I'm just gently tapping it in the ink. You don't want to squish it down too hard. And then I'm centering it on my circle, pressing down firmly and then lifting it. Looks like we got a perfect image there. So let's take the piece for the inside of our card. This is 4 by 5 1/4, and we're going to use this arrow. We're going to put that inside the card like this. So let's gently tap that in the ink. And then sometimes when you're using photopolymer stamps, it's best if you use the Stamp and Pierce mat. It helps give you a little bit more even ink from the photopolymer. Photopolymer do not have the base that the red rubber has that cushions it to give you your good image. Okay, there we go. Next we're going to take our die cut heart that we cut from another striped card base that is in the Valentine's Cards and More pack. And we used the dies from another set in the catalog. Let me get that information for you. Just a minute here. Okay, this is die cut from the Hearts and More, and that's on page 15, and it's this shape right here. So it's just the outline. It actually cuts out another piece that is a heart that you could use on another item. Okay, next we got the bird. We cut the bird out of Pool Party paper, and that bird is in that same die cut set that we cut the heart out of. So we're going to put that right there, and then we have a little wing that we're going to attach to our bird, and I'm going to put it just so it's showing a little bit, just like that. Now we can add that. Let's close up our ink. We need to stamp one more stamp. We need Pool Party ink, and we're going to put love on the inside of our heart. Let's make sure it's the right direction. And we're using Pool Party ink, and we're going to put that right in the center of our heart. And then you can sign your name right below that. Okay, we'll close up the ink, and we're going to add this to the inside of our card. We'll use liquid glue, and we'll just put a small bead of glue all the way around the outside edge. Remember, don't go crazy with your glue, because otherwise your card will be warped. Okay, there we go. The inside of our card is completed. Now let's just work on getting the outside of our card done. We're going to use liquid glue to attach this little flag shape to the front of our card. And this we used the Tasteful Textiles die cuts to cut that out. And I need some dimensionals. Here we go. Here's our dimensionals. We're going to put a couple dimensionals right on the Pool Party banner, and I'm going to put one more right here just so it doesn't sag when it goes through the mail. And we're just going to add that right there. So here is the card that we just completed together. And this is my sample that I made prior to getting together with you today. I hope you enjoyed this card. And if you have any questions, you can always email me at klgoodman007@gmail.com. Thank you. Have a blessed day.